Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today's video, we've got a special guest, Game Goon. He is from ND Gaming, No Dice Gaming. You'll find a link to their website here in my video description. What we're going to try to do, he and I, is we might be doing some collaboration videos, so look forward to those in the future. We're going to try to record them live and sort of give play-by-play as to what the team is doing, what they could be doing better, and what they are doing effectively. That being said, any one of you guys, my in-game name is ThoughtGore. Feel free to add me, send me a message. I'm more than happy to play. I'm usually on all the time. I'll play anything from tier 5 to tier 8. That's what I've got. I do have some tier 4s, but yeah, not really a tier 4 fan. Anyway, we can see here that the team is all going to go east. What are we going to do? Well, the first step to this is we do need to cue some epic music. So without further delay, cue the epic music. Alright, so the whole team goes east. What we've got defending from the west side is me. I've also got Game Goon. Game Goon is going to help support me here with his bombers that he has. He does have fighter loadout with some bombers as well, so that is great. Now, initially I thought that the enemy team was dividing evenly amongst east and west, so I figured we weren't too bad off. But you'll notice there Game Goon has his planes going over to their base. Take a look to see what's going on over there, and it turns out, no, enemy team is going all on the west side. Our team is going all on the east. It's kind of like chasing each other around. So with that realization, I know right away I'm playing defense on this game. There's nothing more I can do but circle around in the base, wait for contacts, and hope that our team pushes through and takes the enemy cap. So again, just circling around the base here, waiting for my first contacts, looking around at the map, seeing how they're spread out, or seeing how our team is spread out as well. I did the video yesterday with the destroyer. Now the destroyer was a little easier because you can stay out of visual range. They're not going to detect you, and you can shoot off the torpedoes, just like I did yesterday. Today, though, in the Miyoko, I am visible from a lot farther away. I'm not exactly sure how far, maybe 15 kilometers. Excuse me, I don't know. But it's not going to work out the same for me. I have to use the cruiser, use the flexibility of this cruiser, very crucial, which I talked about in the first video that I put up. Using the flexibility of your cruiser to your advantage. So I have to employ all of these strategies to help make this work. Now, Game Goon is going to be putting up a message here, if he hasn't already, into the chat, advising our team that the enemy team is heavy on the west. There it is right now. I would have hoped that at this point the team would have been like, okay, yeah, this guy's right, Game Goon knows what's going on. Let's send some ships back over and help out ThoughtGore. No, that doesn't happen. Later in the match, I do get a Nicholas who comes and helps me out, which is great. So it increases us to 3, and then even as the match progresses, you can see allies do trickle back towards me. A little more coffee, and that really helps us out. So I'm still circling around enemy base, still hoping that maybe someone will come back and help me. At the very least, I'm here to defend our base. The enemy's not just going to walk in here. I'm not going to let it happen. I do have my ally Game Goon supporting me, so I feel pretty good in that. And you can see even from the middle position, depending on the ship you're in and where you're positioned, you can still shoot up that straight and hit enemy ships in their cap zone. So keep that in mind, especially if you're in a similar situation but no one stayed behind to defend your base. If you're in, say, a battleship and you've got your scout plane, some of the cruisers, if they're close enough and the line of sight is right, even destroyers maybe, you can shoot into the opposing cap and reset it if need be. So we have some, I assume that those were speculative shots. I don't think they saw me, I didn't see it pop up, but there's my first target. It's New Mexico. So I'm sort of, you know, hesitant about the New Mexico. I know I'm in a tier 7 cruiser here, but from these ranges, I think the New Mexico has the greater advantage, just because if he gets a really nice landed shot on me, he can siddle me, maybe one-shot me, or bring my health down significantly. So I see him over there, I know they're coming, I'm gonna go check out what's going on here with my allies. You can see they are starting to head up towards the east. Keep in mind though that just because I'm back here, and maybe if you employ this strategy as well, it doesn't mean you can't still support the team. Again, depending on the ship you have and the ranges involved, you can still put shots down range to help them out initially in this push, because it's going to be this initial push that's going to determine the outcome of the battle. I've seen it go, you know, either way. Your team pushes, wins, takes a cap and wins the battle, or opposite, the enemy team comes in and they take it from you. Now, I do see some more targets pop up here. That's 2 Atlantas. You're going to see the third pop up. There he is. So 3 Atlantas and 1 New Mexico that I know of that I need to take out in order to prevent this enemy team from capping and to give us the victory. I do shoot off some torpedoes here. I'm not really expecting them to hit anything. My strategy in that was to shoot them off and have them turn, so maybe I can stop them firing. Because look at this, the amount of shells that are coming in on me. Not very accurate, but it is still pretty unnerving, I have to admit. You have all these shells coming in, you don't know, like, are they going to hit, are they not going to hit, zigzag, like, you know, you're trying to do everything. But I do get some shots off of that first Atlanta. I got a Citadel shot on him, which was great. The Atlantas, well, with my 8-inch guns, I just find it's a lot easier to get Citadel shots loading AP. Now, I do get a nice torp hit on that Atlanta, so that was awesome. Now, the other Atlanta manages to dodge them, but the enemy team were grouped up there. So I am going to get another torpedo hit on a Cleveland. There it is there. He wasn't paying attention and my torps were able to come in there and get him. So, you know, that defensive torp really did work. I am getting some base resets here. You can see they're capping pretty quick and things are getting pretty hairy. So there's the Nicholas. You can see the Nicholas shooting and engaging. He's coming in to help me out, which is great. So I do keep firing. I'm trying to reset the cap here. One of the Atlantas, there he goes down. So that's great. I've got 2 Atlantas, Cleveland, and New Mexico that I'm aware of that I need to start putting shots into and resetting. I talked about this earlier, in an earlier video that is, but keep in mind if you're resetting the cap like this, you need to be changing targets. You can't just keep shooting the same thing because you've already shot the target and reset his cap points. Now you need to shoot another target and reset their cap points. So, you know, keep that in mind. There's the Cleveland. I'm you know, trying to get shots in on him. In the meantime, Game Goon is sending in his bombers to help reset cap here as well. You know, and we're just trying to do our best at this point. You can see the collision warning. I wasn't paying attention. This island just popped out of nowhere. it just popped out of nowhere, I assure you. But at this point, I was thinking, alright, I'm screwed. This is over. But no, team helps me out here. I do have now a friendly Atlanta behind me helping me out, and they took out that cruiser, so that gives me my chance. So we're throwing her in reverse here, and I'm gonna try and get out of this situation, keep myself alive, keep resetting the cap. Getting pretty hairy here, looking at the overall cap screen or overall cap points. We're getting close to defeat. The team seems to have pittered off. Looking at the mini-map, you can see that some are still pursuing the charge. More people are coming back to help out though. So that is really, really awesome. More coffee. Now, we've got 2 New Mexicos and an Atlanta left. The Cleveland was taken down by one of our allies. You can see him sinking there. So, gonna start putting shots into the New Mexicos. Because that Atlanta off over there, He's not actually in the cap. I'm not concerned about him. Normally I would be, because the amount of fire that those things can put out, but I'm trying to reset caps here. Whatever. So I'm going to shoot at the New Mexico that's on the lowest health, because I've already taken shots on that full health New Mexico as well and reset whatever cap points he had. The New Mexico I'm shooting at now with the lowest health, you can see he's almost dead. I didn't want to fire at him and take the kill from someone else. I didn't want to create that on the team and some hate there in chat. So I start shooting at the full health New Mexico, but no one's taken out this other New Mexico, so I'm not going to let him live. I gave whoever was, bringing him down, I gave him a chance. They didn't take it, so I'm going to take him out here, because we can't have this guy sailing around. I mean, in New Mexico, on one hit point left, does the same damage as a full health New Mexico, so that salvo there, it's going to finish him off. Now, as far as I'm aware, there is the one New Mexico left, but what's going on here? Like, there has to be another ship in cap, because there's only this New Mexico left. We've reset him. There's a sneaky destroyer. Look between those two islands. You see that smoke screen there? We're going to see it again shortly, right here. That just gave away the enemy destroyer's position. Whether or not he needed to use a smoke screen, I'm not sure. I'm not sure of the distances involved and whether or not he was spotted. I do know he's behind the island, and if you're behind cover like that, you're not going to get spotted if they don't have a line of sight on you. So I can't say for certain whether or not that was the right play for this destroyer to do. But from my standpoint, it was not the right play. Gave away his position. You can see Game Goon's bombers are going in, trying to find him so that I can come in and finish him off. Because it's this guy that has all the cap points. We have allies in the circle here. I hit the new the Nicholas there. I'm sorry, Nicholas Driver. It was intense. We probably both had some fault to play, or we're both at fault there, but whatever. We got through it. So we're hunting down the destroyer because he's got all the cap points, cannot let him win. I'm counting the amount of torpedoes coming at me. 2 spreads of 3. So I know that 6 torpedoes he just popped up. It's a Hatsuharu. I know that he just shot all his torpedoes. I'm going to give him about 40 seconds on the reload. It's probably a little longer than that, but I don't want to cut it too close, so I'm getting close to this guy because he's not able to launch any torpedoes left. I got my HE loaded, ready to take him out. This is the point where I thought it was all going to end for me. Look at this. I was saying to Game Goon here, no, it's done, I'm dead. And then, oh my god, I dodged it. That's where, bringing it back to flexibility, your cruisers are so maneuverable that don't count yourself out. Always try. Always try. So circling around now, and we're going to start putting shots in on the Hatsuharu. I don't actually get the kill on the Hatsuharu. It's the Atlanta shooting at him there. I don't care though. Hatsuharu is a huge, huge pain in our side, and just to get him gone is, amazing. It really helps us out. You can see now we are capping. Hatsuharu is out of our circle, and looks like the defense is going pretty well at this point. Now, what does that leave out? It leaves only the one New Mexico that I can see. So we need to start killing this guy, because he's not in our cap, but he's still a threat to us. I'm on low health. I'm one-shottable at this point. My incident with the island earlier really took out a lot of my health. But it's still important that I fight and engage this guy. So my strategy here is to shoot and turn. I'm firing, I'm angling my ship, which, just on a side note, I do want to try and get an angling video up to show you guys what that is about. But we're now firing into the New Mexico here. So that, it looks like our defense is going pretty well. Now, I did fire some torpedoes off at him. I was hoping that those torpedoes were going to hit. They don't. I do miss them outright. But again, the same strategy. I just wanted to disrupt him a little. I just wanted to make him think about what he was doing. Might make him hesitate and give us opportunity here. So you can see at this point, we pretty much have this game in the bag. They only have these 2 ships left. And if you're going to take anything away from this video, it's, wait a second here, cue epic music time. It's that you know, don't give up. Just never give up. I know that trying is the first step to failure, but failure is also the first step to success. If you don't try, you're never going to succeed. If you don't try, you're not going to know what not to do in order to help you succeed. What I've learned in all of this is don't stay with the group. Yes, very important. Stay with your group. But be flexible in that group. Just because everyone's going one way, don't try to be the leader of that pack. And I mean, unless you're positioned properly and you feel you can do it, sure, go for it. But you know, keep in mind, this is a game, and the goal of the game is to win. Do what you can to help meet that goal. In this example, I didn't give up. Game Goon didn't give up. And I want to throw out a special note here on Game Goon's carrier playstyle. It is so refreshing to see a carrier actually keep up with the advancing allies, as opposed to just hiding in a corner. It's not hard to do. You just need a little bit of wit about yourself, and it you know, makes it a little harder, I guess, because you're not just clicking and ordering around your squadrons, you're actually driving your ship as well. You know, try and do that, carrier pilots. Why not? See how it works. Try it out. You know, you might fail a few times, but you might learn some things and eventually succeed. It's all about growing your playstyle here. So, you know, last enemy here left. I'm not going to get the kill on him. It doesn't matter. We win anyway. Overall results of the game weren't too bad. I did finish with about 4,700 XP. About to pop up here. There, you see it. That was 1.5 times. I did finish with about 83,000 damage, a little more than that. I was top overall on the team. You know, not a bad match at all. And it wasn't because I was at the front trying to hog all the glory. I stayed at the back to defend. So thanks for watching my video today. Hit subscribe, hit like, leave a comment, tell a friend. I look forward to seeing you next time.